our own pump system called the SL pump, saloon pump, which is locally made. And we also have our own drilling equipment where we train local people how to construct the drilling system and how to build the pump themselves. Because our goal and objective is to provide access to safe drinking water to deprive rural communities and also sub-urban communities in Sierra Leone and Africa as a whole. And also to make sure we reach the hard to reach rural communities and slum communities. Reason being, we believe that access to safe drinking water is not just a luxury for few, but also a basic human right. And lack of access to safe drinking water has caused a lot of problems. We have children walk a long distance to fetch water, they're being raped, a lot of children get drowned in water, and women are the victims. So because of this, Eco Water Solution will train people with the SL pump system, we train young people with these techniques, we distribute them in groups, we give them the equipment to go to communities, to drill wells for people on minimal cost, wherein they also have to sustain through that. And Eco Water Solution, we also believe that training young people, because we all know the status of the country, Sierra Leone population is one of the countries in Africa that has limited access to safe drinking water. Despite the numerous efforts of government and partners, 42% of the population are suffering as a result of lack of access to safe drinking water. So Eco Water Solutions, with our innovative young team, we also invent the SL pump system, which is making and creating a lot of impact present in Sierra Leone. Those who have been following us on Facebook, they have been seeing our work, and we have got a lot of requests from other countries as well, African countries, trying to adapt the SL pump system. Because this pump system is locally made, and we train young people, because we young people have these ideas that as soon as we come out from college, the government has to give us work, we have to sit in the offices with ties. But we believe that whatever problems that is going on in the world, in our country, we have the thinking, we have the skill, we only need a platform to solve our problem. So that's what Eco Water Solutions stand for, and that's what we do. We have problem with imported India Mark II wells and other pump systems. These are really helping the cause. But we found out that 95% of these pumps are not functional presently at all throughout the country, because the people cannot afford to maintain the pump. The part that normally get spoiled on the pump, they are expensive, and these pumps are imported pumps. But Eco Water SL pump system, these are pumps that are locally made using local materials, and these are pumps that people can do it themselves, and this will help solve the water problems in rural communities. The reason being why we invent this particular pump system as well to solve the water problems, we found out that young children always walk a long distance, because we didn't come up about this because we just want to, because this is a problem we went through. I went through as well. As a young boy, I had to walk a long distance with my mom and my sisters to fetch water, and we know the distance we cover. So we as young people, we decided we don't have to sit and wait on government or wait for international people to come into help. We have to use our IQ, we have to use our ideas and see how we can solve this problem, and see how we can train more young people to do business as young drillers in the country. And that's what we have done. As a result of this, we have trained over 80 technicians presently from different rural communities across the countries. And those 80 communities, those 80 technicians have been divided into groups as wash technicians and wash business enterprises. Presently, they are doing drilling. Presently, if you go to the Western Rural District, Wachalo, of course, we've got over 50 boreholes in different communities. The young people are drilling, they make the money, people are okay, no problem, no confusion, no nothing. Now they have access to safe drinking water. So we've created 70 jobs for both skills and unskilled youth in the communities.
Okay, I will have to stop you there, Mr. Benson. It's been 5 minutes now. Your time is up. Over to the judges, Mr. Simon. Do you want to take it from there? So I can get you. Hello?
Sorry, Benson. Thank you for the presentation. Unfortunate that you couldn't finish the presentation, but it's interesting for me to see that people are solving real problems. Real, because you go to places that there's no water. I have been to Mafuita, there's no water in Mafuita at all. So I'm happy to see somebody like you who is investing in local solutions. And I'd like to say thank you, and keep doing the good work. I hope you are able to, in future, make your pitch more shorter and up to the point, knowing that you have 5 minutes.
Do
Thank
we have
you.
any? Okay,
Yes,
Mr. Staff.
I have questions, of course. Benson, thank you for the presentation, which is indeed not timely, but quite straight to the point. One question, you say that your pumps are better and more fit for purpose in Sierra Leone than the imported pumps. What makes the difference between your pumps and the imported pumps?
One of the difference of our own pump one is these are locally made pumps that can be done by the people themselves and can be maintained by the people themselves using local materials without any external support or any materials from Western world or from the city. It can be 200% done by the people themselves within their communities. That's one. Then the way the SL pump works, it provides water continuously, and it has an inbuilt filtration system that eliminates smell, eliminates iron, and that eliminates E. coli, because we built in using local materials as well.
What kind of power or electricity does it use?
It's manual, no electricity.
Manual,
No
okay.
power. It's manual.
And if this concept of pump is built with local material, have you or are you in the process of putting a pattern on it so that it cannot be copied and you would be the only company to actually distribute those pumps?
Yeah, this is what we are working on presently with support from UNDP, because the acceleration lab, because they have seen the pump and they have seen the impact it's creating. So they have decided to scale up this particular pump system and see how it can be patented and reach out to more communities and Africa as well.
Okay, just one last question. I see you sell your pump from the presentation I received from $500 to $1,000 a pump. What is the cost of building a pump? So the material plus the work to set a pump. What's the cost of it?
From the material, from the drilling onto the installation of the pump, it costs $500, but it depends on the location and the nature of the soil. But from $1,000 downwards, it doesn't exceed, except otherwise.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, Emily. Yes, we hear you. You can go ahead.
Okay, Mrs. Stell, are you done with the questions?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I have no questions. I have read the documents and I think I'm just wanting to hear the ideas they have. If there's anything, I will get back. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Benson. Even though you did not use the pitch deck, thank you very much. We'll now go straight to Go Market. That would be Mr. Faja Bai. Are you ready, Mr. Bai? I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Okay, so your 10 minutes starts now.
Okay, thank you. I'll start with this. And do you know that smallholder farmers lost every year 30 to 40% of their harvest due to lack of proper storage and transportation? And do you also know that agro-produce vendors encounter a lot of challenges while getting their daily stock? So these are fun facts. My name is Faja Bari. I'm the founder and CEO of Go Market. And Go Market is an agribusiness supply chain platform through which a small retailer and vendor and consumer can generate order and make payment via their phone, and those goods get delivered to their doorstep for much lower price than informal market. So we have observed that Sierra Leone agricultural supply chain is mainly informal, comprising of smallholder getting their products and from middlemen, and also middlemen selling those products to the end user. So which imply that the product have to pass through different handler before getting to the end consumer. So we have seen that the problem that the smallholder farmers face is actually getting directly their link to the market to sell their products. And also small retailer and vendor have their problem sourcing for their daily stock. So we saw that our main solution will be to gap that bridge and bridge that gap by connecting directly smallholder farmers to the market, by linking them directly to the. But how can we do that, and how are we doing that? We are today leveraging on digital technology to be able to solve that gap, to be able to bring that gap. And we have seen that actually Africa is undergoing a digital revolution. Smart payment is taking stage in our daily tasks, and also internet use are also predicted to increase in 20-fold. And also mobile phone has become the basic means of communication. So seeing this as an opportunity, we have developed this app to be able to let vendors and small older farmers connect them directly to via our mobile app. We too that we seek to eliminate inefficiency into the fresh and food supply. So what are our target markets? Today we are trying to, since in Freetown, 30%, let me say 63% of the population spend their expenditure on food, and also 3/4 of the population rely mainly in food market, in market to get their daily food. So we see that in Freetown alone, we have over 2,000 to 3,000 small retailers. Our main target will be actually to be their main suppliers, and these small retailers actually get $20 daily as their source daily in their stock market. And our main target is to be their main suppliers. And our retail target is to target the high consumers, which is the middle class. And today we have over 164 concurrent users that are using our app to do their daily order. So we have at least 10 minimum order per day. And our marketing and sales strategy, we started this operation in early 2019 with 4 small retailers in Freetown, with an investment of 20 million in the first 3 months. We made a profit of 2 million, despite we were actually constantly short of capital, but we were able to today to have a 5 collection center into the provinces. And today we have actually over 27 small retailer farmers, and we made 6 million monthly into daily supply. So our main competition here in Freetown, we would say we don't have a direct competition. We do actually have an indirect competition, which are the markets and some supermarkets. But for selling online and connecting small farmers through mobile technology, we are the only people that are doing that. So what are our business strategy, and how are we?
Sorry, I'm going to have to cut you there. It's already 5:34.
Okay.
Over to you, judges.
All right. Thank you, Father. Thank you for your presentation. And my question, I have three questions for you. The first one is, how do you envisage doing your dry season supply, given the fact that you don't have the proper kind of irrigation all year round farming? How do you intend to make sure that your supplies are sustainable?
So actually, we are not farmers. We network with smallholder farmers. Actually, we do have 5 collection center. We do source from those small farmers. That's why our main target will be to have, since Sierra Leone don't have only product that other province. So how at least to have in Sierra Leone a collection center and source them to in another provinces, and to be able to support Islam as much small older farmers, and just into 50 small collection center. And for now we have 5 collection center where we source our product.
Okay, all right. So I would like you to walk me through how you source your products. You don't have to give me explicit intellectual property information. Just give me, as somebody who wants to probably put business money into your business, what's the step-by-step process to use to source your products?
Okay, we have business to business. If you are a smallholder farmers, for example, so we have to register you as our retailers. You download the app. If you don't have a way to download it, we'll take you through to download, to help you download the app. And then through the app you can actually select the product you want. And most of these small, as a business to business, so we do supply, then you will be buying in bulk. We have our central pack house as a storage facilities, and where we actually, after sourcing the product from small farmers, where we get our products, and in that storage facility, we take from that storage facility and then supply to you. If you are an end consumer, let's assume, because we are using business to business and business to consumer, you are a end consumer, you are just a client to us, you want to purchase banana, mango, and pineapple, you just have to download also the app, and then through the app you select the product that you want. We will get notification from the end, from our end that this customer in this address have order this amount of fruit and vegetable, or this amount of, we do directly get your order and then supply you directly. Now, if you are a small farmers, actually we have them through our network, and we go to them and then have to register them in our database and get the link with them. So each time they have a product available, they can get to us that we have this amount of pineapple ready for harvest. We then use our vehicle to go directly to the farm and then discuss price with them, and to help them minimize their post-harvest losses. And yeah.
How many farmers directly are you currently engaged with? Very short.
So actually we have 5 collection centers, and most of the cases we deal with.
How many farmers directly do you know? Just give me one answer.
Oh, okay. We personally, I know up to 50 farmers, and others are actually collective farmers association that we deal with.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Simon. We'll go straight to the next feature. He's Melvin from Mellow Foods.
Is Estella not asking question?
The 10 minutes is actually off.
You didn't give me time, sir.
Exactly, Mr.
That's
Simon,
okay.
you did not
I'll
give me
speak first on the
time.
next one. I'll speak first on the next one.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No worries, it's fine.
Thank you, Emily. Am I permitted to share my screen?
Yes, you're permitted to. Maybe you'll have to give, I don't know if you have to give Melvin permission to share his screen. Okay. Mr. Peter is online with us now. Melvin, can you please hold it? Mr. Peter, are you online?
Everyone, I'm sorry, I'm getting some terrible. Yes, I'm online. I'm getting some terrible internet connection. Yeah, but it's coming on and off. So I mean, I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. Thank you
I
for
am
joining
just
us.
taking the courage, going through all the presentations. I've missed the echo water and partially of Mr. Barry, but now I'm getting on with the next feature. I'm fine.
Okay, sir.
Thank
I
you.
saved your 2 minutes of introduction. So do you want to introduce yourself now? You have 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, I want to first of all again, I want to congratulate the finalists, and I wish them well. It has not been easy to reach this stage, I presume, and I also want to say congratulations to them and to you guys for organizing this event.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for honoring the call. Okay, so
Yeah.
over to you, Melvin. Your 10 minutes can start now.
Good evening, I'm Melvin Fore. I'm the founder and CEO of Mellow Africa and Mellow Foods. I'm sure we're all familiar with the site, vegetable production. Our food production process is at its lowest. No automation, manual practices, and it poses significant risk, health risk, post-harvest wastages, transporting from farm to market. We have a lot of wastages in processing it. And of course, this impacts on affordability and accessibility, and it also impacts on our food scarcity, especially during low production periods. So this is a challenge we experienced, personally I experienced as a child, and I think, and we've thought about it, that there should be a solution. So what we did, what Mellow Food wants to do is to transform agricultural produce into healthy, conveniently accessible food products from farm to market that are efficiently manufactured through technology. We want to use technology to scale production. In that way, we'll be able to support our women farmers to grow more because they already have a market. They already have access to a large market. And we're also able to support women and petty traders because they are hawking now. Their margins they are selling is at a low cost. If we maximize our technology and through economies of scale, we'll be able to impact their lives and transform them. You ask, where is this market? Of course, everybody in Sierra Leone eats our product. We primarily produce the four staple products of cassava leaves, green, potato leaves, and quinquin, but also include other vegetable products. So there are over 300,000 households in Freetown, and there are over 1 million households in Sierra Leone. All of them eat cassava leaf or any of the above products I've mentioned at least once every week. That's a huge market. So we'll be targeting individuals, we'll be targeting market retailers, supermarkets, and restaurants. How? What's our business model? We want to source the vegetables direct from the farmers. We transport it to our factory. We manufacture it, we process it, package it properly, take it to the distribution centers utilizing the same market women in the retail market areas. And then we promote our product. Of course, key partners are farmers, market women, supermarket, financial institutions, and we'll be employing different sales strategies, both technology and innovative sales strategies to get and keep our customers. We'll have key distributors, wholesalers, retailers, and of course, we'll be participating on online. You could make your orders online and then we could deliver to you. Our team is gender diverse. Firstly, we have four owners, shareholders, and two of them are women and two males. So it's a 50-50. And even our team, we already have over four female women working with us. And of course, when we work directly with women farmers. I personally go to source and we talk to them. What we want to do with them is to support them through an upgrade scheme, get them to improve, plant more, grow more, so that because they are assured of a market, we want to empower them. Even the retail market women in Kuto Road or Congo market, whichever market you're thinking about, those are our clients. And so we are gender focused and gender diverse. I would like you to meet the team. These are a cross section of my team, and we've been working assiduously to achieve our goals. Thank you very much. Thank you. Emily, you're on mute.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Melvin, for this presentation. Two questions for you. One, in the key partners, you mentioned donors. Why is that so? And second question, on your last slide where there was your team, I see a lot of sales and marketing. What about food engineering? If it's processing, it has to obey some specific norms and hygiene and health safety, etc. So what is the team on this side in terms of food engineering, also innovation, etc.?
Thank you very much. So donors, we are at a startup stage. Of course, we'll be needing grants and support. That's why we said donors, whoever can. What we're doing is innovating in a market that already exists, but it will be difficult, it will be slow to catch up, especially when traditional norms prevent certain practices. So that's why we realize it will take us a while to break even and make profit. And so some of we're looking for grant support, even technical support. In terms of the team, this is just a cross section of the team. At the background, we have other people. Of course, we are cognizant of the health needs, the food innovation. So what we do, we use in technology, we've prototyped our products, we've tested specifically, we're growing slowly, assiduously, and so there are other teams. But part of the innovation is not just the food product. Of course, you add technology, but even the marketing and distribution, how you take your product to the market, the supply chain, it is critical. And so we focus very much on that, equally to the production as well. I hope I answered your questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Lansana, please go. You just join us, so take a shot. If he's still there. All right. So whilst Lansana, if you don't mind, let me ask the question then. So do you have at this point, are you producing? And if you are, do you have any health regulatory certificates?
We are producing currently, and no, we've not gotten the certificate yet. We are in the process of getting it. We've been in touch with standards bureaus, and we're meeting the required standards before getting the certification. But we are producing, of course, we are cognizant of the health risk, and so we are currently doing our best to meet all the health requirements.
Just 1 minute, what kind of product do you currently have on the market?
So we For now, we focus primarily on the 4 vegetable leaves, that is cassava leaves, green, potato leaves, and quinquin. We're currently about to open our first big shop, retail shop at the Lumley Mall, which probably in the next week or so will be open. We have our produce center, and we do delivery to households and restaurants.
Thank you.
Okay, is that all from the judges?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. So permit me to move on, even though we have like 2 minutes more for Melvin, but Mr. Lantana is not online at the moment, so I would like to just move on to the next picture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Melvin. Our next picture is Alaji, and he's from Rock South Group. Hi, Alaji.
Hello, Emily.
Hi. Your 10 minutes starts now.
No, wait, please, I want to share my screen. So.
Okay. We have like 1 free minute that you can use to share your screen.
Can someone please help me out?
Hello, Mabel, are you online? Someone needs to share the screen. Hold on, Mabel will help you out.
Okay, I think I...
Are you all good now?
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Safe to say your 10 minutes starts now.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alhaji Ahmed Sirajwa, a 20-year-old young entrepreneur, CEO and founder of Ruxal Trading. I lost my parents at 12, dropped out of school because my single 6 months wouldn't afford to pay my school fees. I then moved to the capital city to search for a good life. Though it was not easy, but I did not give up. I was homeless for 4 years and did many jobs for survival. I was adopted at 16 and lost my adopted parents in 2017 due to a multi-site disaster that claimed more than almost 1,000 lives. I went back to the street, but this time as a change maker, I secured a job in the pure water factory, and then I found out the huge plastic waste generated by these factories. I then used my $20 savings to start a paperback production company for product packaging and alternative reusable bags. And later then I ventured into bio-briquette, clean, smokeless, and affordable bio-briquette that are being produced from biomass waste. Today, a company I started in January 2018 with just $20 now employs around 53 people who earn a living from the company. And in partnership with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Africa Leadership Academy, Harvard University, we are operating in Sierra Leone, Ghana, and South Africa. And we are also exporting to France and America. Who we are, Ruxal Trading, we are a company passionate about promoting environmental sustainability in Africa, with the world producing over 2.1 billion tons of waste. We asked ourselves how to help produce these numbers while saving the environment. Our products are channeled toward creating impact in society as they are created to protect the environment, to promote green city, reduce air pollution, deforestation, improper waste management, and enable youth in our society. Sierra Leone is a country facing many challenges, yet drowning in a huge waste management crisis, with producing over 3 million tons of waste, and 60% of these are predominantly plastics and biomass waste. Our primary business is to create value from our country minutes into products that are beneficial to all. One, our first product is clean, smokeless, and affordable bio-briquette that are being produced from banana fibers, that are being produced from biomass waste, which helps to combat deforestation, air pollution, and improper waste management. Our second product is biodegradable, handcrafted, custom-designed paper bags that are being produced from banana fiber to combat plastic pollution. Our paper bags are being produced from banana fiber, and no tree was cut down to produce our papers. Ruxal Trading is the first ever and the only company in Africa to produce our own papers from banana fibers. We believe that we owe it to the society for the change we seek. This is why our approach is geared towards personal skills development and as well as community enablement. We work with young people who are school dropouts. So we work with young people who are school dropout to gather coconut waste. We weigh coconut and biomass waste. We weigh it in turn to pay them in order for them to be able to go back to school. We also train these young people on manual paperback production and also employ them to work with us for a few months in order for them to learn basic communication and entrepreneurship skills. And also we provide them with funds in order for them to start their own companies. We also empower women by employing them to work with us as our distributor of our briquette product. We also provide them with financial training so that they can self-sustain. Luxal Trading, a company I started in January 2018 with just $20, is already profitable today, and we are expected to scale even faster. Despite the COVID saga in 2020, we have proved that our company is sustainable and can thrive in whatever situation we find ourselves. The whole company have made $136,500 revenue and $76,000 for our briquette, $76,200 for our briquette for our paperback product, and $60,000 for our briquette product. Luxal Trading is the best fit company to represent Sierra Leone at the International World Cup competition stages because of the impact we are creating in Sierra Leone and across Africa. And we have also been recognized by international institutions, world leaders, billionaires, and international media houses. In 2018, we won the Anzisha Prize in South Africa as for the best startup company in Africa. In 2019 February, we won the Total Startup in Sierra Leone for the most innovative company in Sierra Leone. In 2019 March, we won the Anzisha Prize Job Creation Award for the highest job creator on the continent. In 2019 June, we won the United Nations Young Champion of the Art Regional Finalist Africa. In 2019 December, CNN named us as 100 most innovative company in Africa. In 2020 February, we won the Harvard University New Venture Competition Award. In 2020 March, we won the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Generation Change Africa Award. Could you imagine a company I started in January 2018 with just $20 have done this? Just imagine the impact we're going to create in Sierra Leone and across Africa when we win the Entrepreneurship World Cup competition. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I would love to hear your questions and answer to them.
Okay, thank you, Olaji. Over to you, judges.
Thank you, Alaji. I hope you breath. That was a very dense pitch, but thank you very much for that, and congratulations to where you brought your company in those few years. One question on my side is where does the process of creating those bags made of banana fibers and the briquette of coconut, where is the process coming from? Did you discover it, or have you imported it from somewhere else? And again, the question about the pattern.
Okay, so I was buying papers from the market, and I was buying papers from the market, producing my papers. So I had this opportunity to travel to Asia, and I was in Indonesia. I was talking to this friend of mine. He's from Australia. He's kind of doing the same thing. So we spoke, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're doing this, but you are also impacting the environment. Like, yeah, you're creating impact in the environment, but you are also combating plastic pollution. But at the same time, you are deforesting trees to produce the paper bags because papers comes from trees." And I was like, "Yeah, it makes sense. How can I be combating deforestation with my briquette and also deforesting trees to produce our own papers?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, let me just think about something." And I thought about that. And I'm so creative. Like, I'm so creative. I've never been to university, but I'm so creative. And I'm not English. I'm so creative. So I had to sat down, thought about this, and thinking. I tried for like 6 months. I tried like 7, 8 times, and I failed. And 9 times, and I was able to produce the papers out of this paper from the banana fibers.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Simon, do you have questions?
Yes, I do have a question. Sorry, I was looking at the slides again. So you use coconut for your briquettes, right?
Yeah, we are using coconut for our briquette, but right now in South Africa, because we are operating in 3 countries. In South Africa, we are using all sort of biomass waste, and now also in Sierra Leone here, we are using all sort of biomass waste like coconut husk, rice husk, palm kernel shell, and a lot of biomass waste out there.
Okay, so where do you do this? I mean, tell me in 1 minute, how do you collect the coconut shells? I'm interested.
Okay, so we are not just collecting coconut shell at the moment. So we do have these boys who are school dropouts and homeless boys, because I was once homeless and living on the street. So we do have these homeless boys that do collect coconut shells and a lot of biomass waste out there, and we have our van. So they bring it to our place at Newton. We weigh it, and we weigh it in order for us to pay them their money. So we buy them based on the kilos.
All right, thank you very much. No further questions.
Okay, I think Mr. Peter Lantana is also online. Mr. Peter, do you have any questions? Mr. Peter, are you with us? Okay.
Yes. I have to change my location because I am experiencing some terrible internet fluctuation.
Okay, sir. We have 1 minute
I've
for
changed
questions.
my location, and I hope it works better. But I'm following closely the pitch of and so I am pretty much sure that I have to wait until he finishes the presentation.
Okay, sir. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, I think we've lost him again. Alaji, thank you very much for the presentation. Moving on to our final picture for tonight.
Thank you to Emily.
You're welcome. We have Mohammed from TapTap.
All right, thank you very much. Please give me 1 moment to share my screen.
I can spare 1 moment. You didn't ask for 1 minute.
Okay. All right, I start when you say go.
Your 10 minutes starts now.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Mohammed, founder and CEO of TapTap. Judges, do you know that with all the fine ideas of the food and delivery businesses you've just listened to, without a proper transport system, they cannot reach their exact target audience at the exact time. Now, that's just to remind you how critical my business is to the survival of other businesses and the livelihood of the people of Sierra Leone. Now, commuting in Freetown is a very serious problem. It is very slow, risky, expensive, uncomfortable, and entirely human dependent. I'll tell you why. The rise in Freetown's population and increase in vehicle resulted to high traffic congestion, making movement from point X to point Y a nightmare. Hailing is done by hand, under the rain, sun, night or day, with an average of 35 minutes waiting time. In fact, under the rains right now, it can go up to an hour. Imagine you waking up from up the hills at Malama, coming down to Lumley to access a public transport around 6 o'clock in the morning to run to work at PZ. That's a nightmare, you would agree. Also, pickup and location, drop-off locations expose passengers to a very high risk of robbery and theft. We've had cases wherein especially women passengers have been robbed of their valuables as they rush in the early morning hours to catch up with the early morning transportation. Now, drivers and passengers, they exchange money physically. With COVID, this is a very serious problem. Hence, we come up with a solution to help alleviate the transport system in Sierra Leone, a ride-hailing platform that allows everyone to order for a ride with just a tap from wherever you are, your home, your office. It is very fast, reliable, affordable, convenient, and yes, it has a virtual or digital payment system, making it very impossible for one to contact COVID using our public transport system. You can access it via app, mobile apps, iOS or Android, and as well as web. to access the platform is very easy. Once you download the app, you can just hail, and then you monitor the driver. You will agree that estimating travel time in Freetown is almost impossible. But our app can allow you to estimate your travel time to make it allow you to kind of manage your schedule and help you to be productive. And then you can pay at the end of the day. Now the app allows you to observe all the billing activities, so there is no way a passenger can cheat or a driver can cheat. Ladies and gentlemen, we know this country, we know the people, we know the market. Hence, we provided 3 payment options. Tap money, which is a unique way to allow P2P, that is person to person, to transact within the app. No need to give money and then wait for change. Use the app to make payment. Now we know we have our diasporans here, and then the expatriate community, they have debit and credit cards. We integrated with Stripe, a leading global payment gateway, to allow card payment. Finally, my mother cannot use my app because she does not know how to use a smartphone. So we allow her to pay via cash. So you can pay as well via cash. So 3 payment options: tap money, card, and cash. Why tap is better than any transport service? Despite us being the first digital transportation system, hailing cannot be done in the street anymore. Hail from anywhere, anytime, using your mobile phone. Pickup is guaranteed. Trust me, all of you have been disappointed by drivers. They will tell you, I am very close, when they are actually haven't started the journey. This time we match drivers and passengers based on 3-kilometer radius proximity, meaning you can know when the driver is coming. No risk to contact sickness from cash exchanges, because you are not having any cash payment. If you want, use the card or tap money. Pick up and drop up at safe places. That means I can drop anyone of you, if you hail, pick you from your house, drop you at your office. This is a very valuable business, and then I'll tell you why. We estimated the market size of 1.6 million, assuming these people travel at least 21 times a month at an average of $3 per trip. Multiply that by 12 months, we're talking about $1.2 million market size. That's a huge chunk of money for this small market, but it's valuable. What have we done so far? Since we started about 11 months ago, we have 5,000 registered passengers, 41 drivers, meaning 41 people are employed by tap, and then 2,132 trips. 5% of those trips are paid for by card, 15% by mobile money, 20% tap money, and cash by 60%. We have very, very respectable partners. We partner with the National Youth Commission to help us reach those youth that are seeking jobs so that we can create employment. AfriCell is supporting us with business solution. RSCA, MeRide, and AYK, these are our fleet partners to ensure that we have enough fleet to serve our customers. Recently, we've been awarded and recognized globally. Let me start with the second one. We are the National Digital Champion for the African Digital Foundation. We are the first to win this award in this country, and we are the youngest. We are in the same list with Strive Misiwa, one of the richest in Africa. Also, last year, we are a runner-up of the C-Star 2019, which earned us, sorry, that should have been 75K, not 475K in kind prize. This includes Facebook advertising, Amazon infrastructure, and you name it. Recently, we have been selected as the national partner for GEF and EPA e-mobility project, worth about $500,000 to pilot the project. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to tap now so that we all can ride, drive, and smile. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mohamed. Over to you, judges.
Over to you, Estelle, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohamed, for this presentation. Just one question. Your app is already running, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's running. It's live.
Okay. This $3 per trip, is it something that you have verified with the statistics of all the trips that go through your app?
So we capture every trip via app backend. So these are verified trips from the app backend.
Okay, so my question would be, I think in Freetown, there is only flash vehicles that have something similar, like an application where you can order for a cab but it's most generally a 4x4. So 2 questions. 1, how do you differentiate from flash vehicles? And 2, what kind of transport do you propose? Is it only cars or keke or Okada as well?
So we are very different with flash vehicle. Flash vehicle is a solution for internal business. That means a regular taxi driver or myself, if I have a private car, I cannot use the Flash Vehicle app to make money. Secondly, what makes us different is that we do not own any fleet, or we cannot own any fleet. That means members of the public, be you an individual or an institution, you can start making money with your car using our platform. And then we provide, our app can allow kekes, regular cars, luxury cars, buses, all to register on the app and then provide service to the public of Sierra Leone.
Okay, sorry, one more question then. If how do you ensure the quality of the drive, given it's all external drivers, basically?
So we have 4 levels of security or onboarding process. Firstly, before a driver registers, he has to make sure that he uploads all the documentation, that is vehicle registration, vehicle insurance, the valid licenses for the driver, and then a police clearance or a guarantor's letter. Once you upload all those documents on the system, then we will invite you for a session. We ensure that quality is always provided to the passengers, because that's exactly what we are selling, quality and convenience. So we monitor all the movement from the back end. In an event a passenger has a problem, or even sometimes drivers can have problem with passengers, we have a panic button, which we are the first to do it. That means if you're traveling now and then you have any issues with the driver, or you feel anyhow comfortable, you can hit that panic button. It automatically sends message to 5 of your contacts, including the police, and it sends your details, including your GPS coordinate, and those people can use that to track and provide support for you wherever you are.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. No questions.
I see Mr. Lansana is here. Maybe he has questions.
Hello, Mr. Lansana.
I think you're on mute, Mr. Lansana.
Hello, Mr. Lansana.
Are you getting me now?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm really sorry. We're having some bad weather here in McKinney, so the internet keeps coming on and off. The question I want to ask is in respect to the financial model of Mohammed. I mean, considering that, why is it that we assume all the trips are in McKinney, in Freetown, and not in the regions, when the majority of the populace are traveling up country? So how does that financial model works for a business of this nature?
So just so you know, this is like the first phase of the business, and we cater for only in-city transportation. That's why we call it ride hailing. However, part of the growth plan is to go into long distance traveling. That means intercity, but we haven't launched that process yet. We are coming to the regions, but even if we come now, it will be what we are providing in Freetown. That means in-city transportation, i.e. in McKinney, would be moving from point X to point Y within the McKinney city. Once we're scaling up, we'll introduce our intercity or interdistrict.
And sorry, my last question. What value?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Emily, hello, Mr. Lansana, can you repeat the question? I didn't also get
it. If Lansana can hear us, can he type the question?
I was about.
Yeah, he can type the question in the chat.
Yes.
Yeah, it's better I type the question because the network is really not good for me here.
Okay,
let me type the question.
Okay, I think Mr. Simon will read out the question in the capacity of the Chief George.
Okay, so we'll wait for the questions. Still waiting. All right, so whilst we wait for Lansana to come, thank you everybody so far for taking this first brave step, or for some people, the second, third brave step. And we'll wait for Lansana to send in his question. I will put the question to Mr. Ba, and we'll take it from there. Thank you. This is part of technology.
Yes. If it's going to take a lot of time, maybe we can have Mr. Stevens George come in now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think it's fair that if Lansana can send his questions in now, even on the WhatsApp platform for the judges, it's only fair for time's sake, and that everybody gets the same amount of time. It might affect Mr. Ba's opportunities, but I think that everybody would have had at least a fair distribution of questions. So Mr. Steven can come in and we can discount Mr. Lansana's question. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to now call on the MD of the, I would like to now call on the MD for Gen SL, who's the national host, Mr. Francis Stevens George. He would like to throw more light on tonight's event, and he has some comments to also make. Plus, we already missed him. So, Mr. Francis, are you online now? Francis, are you online?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I can hear you.
But can you see me?
No, I cannot see you.
Okay. Okay, but it doesn't matter. So can anybody see me? Yeah, okay, I can see myself. That's good.
Francis, it's very dark, but sorry, I just want to make one more announcement. The judges are now, your 10 minutes starts now. You have to deliberate among the three of you who you think the finalist will be. In the meantime, Francis is in charge.
In charge. Okay, good evening, everyone. And I first would like to say thank you very much to our judges, Estelle, Simon. I'm not going to even try to pronounce Simon's name, and Mr. Peter Lansana. So it's very unusual circumstances that we are facing. At the same time, we are very glad that we are able to put this event together, which has been a really good effort of Mabel leading the team with Juliet and Monica. So I joined in because as Peter knows, our work is building the ecosystem, and I have spent the last 4.5 hours with some new cohort of entrepreneurs together with Limcock Wing and an online training session. So I kind of missed some of the presentations, but I got a tail end of it, and I deviated a little bit from the talk I was going to give. I think I told Mabel I want to give 6 minutes, not 10 minutes, which is that it's really very encouraging to see the quality of startups, because 2018, the other gentleman, and then Melvin, and Benson, and what's his name, Go Market. These are companies that are less than 3-4 years old, and that's really the definition of a startup. So I think for anyone who doubts the entrepreneurial caliber, I think you do not need to look further. So our job, people like us and Peter, Simon and Estelle, that are building the ecosystem to support more and more of these type of value creating and growth oriented entrepreneurs, we know exactly what we need to do. And what we need to do is we need to listen to the people that have been pitching tonight. Because in any work we do in building the ecosystem, these are the people that we need to listen to tell us it's not government. And I'm probably going to get into trouble because I always say I don't like government. It's not government, but it's really these people that have pitched tonight. They are the real champions. So Jen established in Sierra Leone back in March 2017, and our work has primarily been focused on how we can begin to build this nascent ecosystem, because despite the 5 quality you've seen here, the fact remains that for us to see a systemic development of entrepreneurs that are going to challenge the likes of D in Nigeria, others around Africa, you need a strong ecosystem where governments, financial assets, infrastructure, human capital, and the networking assets are all coming together to produce the best of the best. So we should be encouraged with the 5 people that we've seen pitch tonight, but we should also double our efforts to create that ecosystem that would see 10, 20 more of those people coming through the pipeline, because we also need a pipeline, people that are coming behind these ones so they come into the system. So once again, it's the 2nd year that we are doing this competition. It's part of our Global Entrepreneurship Network, together with MISC and the Global Educational. And it's part of our mandates that we look at Sierra Leone and we see what do we need to do to build the ecosystem. So under our mother company, Innovation SL, as everybody knows, we're doing quite a lot. We also have the incubator in Kingdom. This is all part of our efforts, and we're building partnerships, etc. So it's the 2nd year and we have done a good job, but I must address an issue, because as the MD, it would be disingenuous for me not to address that issue. And that is that we have not had any female in the finalist. I'm going to make a declaration that this year I totally let my team run the whole show. I had no intervention on it was only on the big strategic issues that I came in. Otherwise, I gave them the total control to run the business. But at the same time, I have taken some responsibility and blame from some quarters today. Why didn't we have any women in the final? Having discussed with my team and having looked, it's very clear that the quality was very high, but it was also very clear that I think we used the knife too sharply. So I'm one of those people who believe that we must, in some cases, positively, especially if you have the 2 are the same, we must give a chance. So we will, and I must also say that for my HQ, the Gen HQ, I think we have failed a little bit, but I will explain why that has happened. So to all the female that apply to the competition, I can assure you that it is not for lack of quality. It is not for lack of that you are not as good as those that are now pitching, but it was really that the team listened to my direction too hard, and they followed everything by the book. I think we could have been a little bit more, how should I put it, a little bit more accommodating. But going by the book, unfortunately, what came up, if you look at the criteria, is that there has to have been some revenue, post-revenue, etc. And in that case, but what that also speaks to me is that we have a lot of work to do to even develop more female businesses. So again, it doesn't reflect at all on the quality. It's more the revenue, post-revenue, etc. So once again, I thank the judges, and I thank our host, Emily. Everybody knows our Emily, the pitch night. I can see you sitting in the office.
I am.
Okay, and Mabel and the team, and thank you for indulging with me, and I wish you all a very good evening, and may the best person win and represent Sierra Leone, and I think we'll all be there with them next year in Riyadh. So goodbye for me and take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Francis Stevens George. I'm sure you're still going to have to answer a lot of questions offline. Um, the judges still have about 5 minutes to decide. So in the meantime, I would like to take some comments from Facebook. I just want to let the audience know that they still have time to send comments on Facebook and on the platform if they're watching directly on the platform. We have Mr. Kisimi Kamara, and I think this was for Go Market. He says, I am missing the how aspect. If you say you support livelihood and petty traders, how are you doing that? Back your answers with examples. I think for the same Go Market, I am also like missing the supply chain link. Do you rely on the so-called market women or what for your supply chain? The aspect is not clear. And I think this was for Alaji. He's saying you talk too much and too fast. Are you actually doing all that you said? Is it like it is not a Sierra Leone? It's like it's not a Sierra Leone thing. We're still we're still having serious waste problem in Sierra Leone. People litter, still no clear change stories in that area. Deforestation is still a serious issue. And then we have Mr. Noah Martino. He's saying the network is giving Mr. Peter Lantina a tough time. Yes, Mr. Peter Lantina was having, and probably is still having a very tough time with his internet. But like Mr. Simon said, it's technology. We have to cope with it. Better days ahead. I'm going to take some comments from the platform. We have Mr. Cafe. Um, he was saying he thought the program would be live on Facebook. It is. It came up a bit late, but it's on Facebook. He's also saying he's been trying to watch for over 40 minutes. There was some 23 minutes ago, so I'm guessing he's been watching the program now. And we have Mr. Alpha Omaruba. He's unable to join us live. He was asking for help. That was some 28 minutes ago, so I'm guessing Mr. Michael would have assisted him with that. We had Tanu Jallo who's saying, go tap tap and make Sierra Leone proud. Um, yes, Mr. Michael again was having issues, but Mr. Michael was given guidelines as to how you can refresh the system. So basically that's it for the comments on the platform and on Facebook Live. I think to save time, we have 2 minutes. We can give a minute each to Benson and Alaji to just answer the questions that were directed to them. So Alaji, the one audience does not, one of the audiences does not believe that all of what you've said is something that you've actually been doing. And Mr. Benson, he wanted to know if he wanted to know what your supply chain is like. So with just 2 to 3 keywords, can you just address that? I see the judges have come, they've joined us, but we have 2 more minutes, so we can give that to Alaji and Benson. Benson, are you online?
Yeah, I'm online.
Okay, can you just, in a minute, can you just explain what the supply chain is like? Oh, sorry, it was not even for you, it was for Go Market. Mr. Barry from Go Market, sorry.
I'm
Yes.
here.
Yes, so we have limited time, but I just want to do justice and allow you to explain to the customer what your supply chain is like.
Okay. So we do deal directly with small farmers. Like I said, we negotiate price and then source the product from there, use our vehicle to our store room, which is our central pack house. From the central pack house, we do clean, sample, and then also weigh the product. And then we list them to our mobile app. from the mobile app, customer can directly order, and we do directly use our vehicle to deliver.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Mr. Alaji Siraj, can you just respond to the individual who asked the question? He wants to know if all of what you said.
Emily, can TapTap have the opportunity to respond to Mr. Peter's question in the chat, please?
Okay. This will have no influence on your on their stance whatsoever. But yes, you can respond. Just after Siraj responds to the question from Facebook. The individual wanted to know what if what all of what you've said is something that you've actually been doing, if it's something that's real, because according to him, we still have issues with most of the areas that you claim that you've been doing work in. Siraj, are you online? Okay, can we have more from TapTap respond? Do you have the question, Mohammed?
Yes, I have the question. Mr. Peter is asking, why should a customer choose TapTap instead of Flash Vehicle? And the answer is very simple. Flash Vehicle are using their internal fleet, which are all luxury vehicles, quite expensive. So the average Leone cannot afford that. We have the kekes, we have regular taxis, we have common cars that the average Leone can afford. So the answer is because of cost and affordability, people would want to use TapTap instead of Flash Vehicle. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Siraj, are you online or should I? Yes, can you just use 1 minute to respond? Hello. I think you're having issues with the internet. I am going to pass because the judges are already with us. Mr. Simon.
Yes.
I see you smiling.
No, yes, it's because you said Mr. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I see Mr. Stevens is there, also for the opportunity to be part of this process. And to my colleague judges, thank you. All the participants, again, brave attempts. We have made a decision, but we have agreed that Estelle should be the one that makes the decision. Thank you very much, everybody. And I would like to say that and at least I enjoyed, and we think that all of you have interesting ideas and that it could be better, but we had to make a decision to select one person. So no hard feelings. And if individuals have questions they want to contact or get an explanation, I, with my hands up, would be very happy to provide that feedback. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. First of all, thank you to all 5 pitchers, because it was 5 different projects that are very interesting, that are also quite mature and well structured, and it was very interesting to know about them. So thank you very much for that. Before I announce who is the winner, we have chosen one number 1, but we have not ranked the next 4 one. So number 2, 3, 4, 5 are at equality. And I also need to say that amongst our short list of 3 for each judges, we had only 1 common. So the 2 others were always different. So that's why we selected the only one that we are all agreeing on in our top 2 or 3, and that is Eco Water. Mr. Benson, we do think that your company is already running, first of all, and seems to have made proof that it's there is a potential for that. It also solves problem and has a social impact, and that is also important in our consideration. And we do think that getting to the worldwide finals for the Entrepreneurship World Cup will also help to professionalize your business, because the way we have seen it is also, it seems a little bit or very NGO oriented, and maybe there is a need to orient it more on a business perspective as a real business instead as an NGO activity, and we hope that this will be the opportunity for you to really structure and grow it as a business entity. So Eco Water, Benson Conde. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And again, the 4 others, congratulations to you as well, because I think it was not easy to make a decision, and we all had different preferences. So that means that your projects are also good, and we wish them good luck as well and all the best.
Thank you very much.
I love the smile.
Congratulations, Benson.
Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Benson. Thank you to all the pitchers. We want to wish you best of luck. You've all already started your businesses and are making headways in your various areas of work, and I am sure that you will continue to make improvements in Sierra, no doubt. Mr. Francis, do you want to make a statement?
Excuse me, just to jump in, apologize before the final statement. Can I just ask that we unmute ourselves, all of us together, and give a clap for the pictures, please?
Okay.
Because it's digital, but we need claps.
Hip hip hurrah, hip hip hurrah, hip hip.
Mr. Francis, over to you.
Ja, alles goed, mijn jong Simon. Praten, hè?
Yeah.
Ja, godverdomme, man. Okay. Once again, thank you very much to the judges. And just to echo what Estella says, I do believe that these 5 that we have heard tonight are really giving a huge boost to the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And I make this point again, you know, lots of things are going on about mapping the ecosystem, etc. But we need to listen to these 5 people, because if we want to know where entrepreneurship is going, we need to find the hot spots. And to put it mildly, these are the hot ones. I'm very proud that Benson has won. I think everything Estelle has says, it makes the point. The SGD6, and I must also say, I mean, they can also back this up. Benson first came to us to pitch at the Freetown Pitch Night, and since then it's been only one way up. So I think we've done a very good job to, again, the aim is where ideas come to life. We provide a platform where people are discovered. So that's what the Freetown Pitch Night is about. So Benson came there. Last year I was in Norway and he called me, he was in Sweden. So again, the passion I have seen in his work really speaks volume. And I cannot say anything more that Estelle has said. It speaks volume and is an inspiration to all of us. To all the others, I really think that, you know, you have shown yourself to be amazing entrepreneurs, and I don't think this competition is going to change your trajectory. It's not. If anything, it's going to enhance it. So once again, thank you to the judges for this decision, and to the participants, and of course to my team led by Mabel and Juliet and Sammy and Monica up in Kono, and our nice host, Smart Emily, always there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Francis. Once more, I would like to thank the round judges. We don't want to name them, but wherever they are, they know themselves. We want to say a very big thank you. It was a hectic journey, I believe, but it's been a success so far, and we're very grateful for this. We want to say a big thank you again to the organizers, to the global organizers, MISC Global Forum, Global Entrepreneurship Network, and the Global Education and Leadership Foundation. A very big thank you also to our judges, Mr. Stell, Mr. Simon, and Mr. Peter. Thank you very much for honoring the call virtually. We are honored. And a very big thank you also to our partners, Jane Leone, Innovation Think Africa Institute, Farm Market Company Limited, and also to Snap Me, because they did the flyers and all of the other graphic work. It's been a success so far. Thank you to the audience for taking
Francis,
the time
we need an
to
internet
be with us.
revolution.
Thank you very much. Oh yes, we do. So till the next virtual meeting, I am signing out now. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Benson, good job. Keep it up, huh? Keep it
Yes, sir.
up.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
I missed you in the class today, but I think